I'm just going to come right out and say it. There's absolutely no point dancing around the truth any longer. You are looking at the leaders of the free world. Nobody, internationally or domestically, cares anymore about what's coming out of Washington, D.C. The leaders of the free world are Governor Ron DeSantis of the state of Florida and his wife, First Lady Casey DeSantis. And that is the truth on the ground, 12 May 2022. Now, would like to once again apologize for the audio of a video that I put up yesterday where First Lady Casey DeSantis has announced that she is officially back on the campaign trail. I did, however, create an image that I would like to share with everybody. I've put it up over at Twitter. I'm going to be putting it on my Instagram and on my Truth Social page that paraphrases pretty much everything she said in that 1 minute. No matter what you are going through in life, no matter how hard it seems, when your back is against the wall, pick yourself up off the ground and fight. Fight like hell. God is great. God is good. Hope is alive. Don't let the bastards win. Casey DeSantis, First Lady of Florida. Here it is over at Twitter. If you guys want to come over here to the Twitter channel, Florida Maquis, just like it sounds, and share and retweet this, I think there'd be a lot of folks who would love to have this image for the background on their phone, the background on their computer, or just to share with anyone who's going through something. She just defeated cancer. She's been declared cancer-free, and conservatives for so long, especially in the state of Florida, have been called every name in the book. I think at this point in history, we have just had enough, and we no longer care. And we're just going to fight. And we're going to fight to win. And I know some might think this is an overstatement, but I'm going to say this again. This is Camelot. This, in many ways, is more Camelot than Camelot was with JFK and Jackie Kennedy, because of the situation we're in now versus what was happening then and where we're going. History is going to remember this. When you look back at the years prior to this, going all the way back into the 80s and the 70s, you would be hard-pressed to find any leader from a state or anywhere else that stood up nose to nose against the President of the United States and shut him down and shot him down at every single turn. Some would have said this was laughable. It wouldn't be possible for a state to do this. Well, we've done it. The governor has done it, and he's had quite a team, and she hasn't said a whole lot lately. She's been fighting, of course, cancer, but I think now that she's back on the trail, people are going to understand where he gets his fire from. All great men have a great woman somewhere behind them. Don't take that the wrong way, ladies, but behind the scenes, supporting them, encouraging them, being an ear, being a sounding board, being a friend. It's truly an amazing, amazing thing to see. Now, in other news, this is something that I had predicted a long time ago. Of course, I've shown that cryptocurrency has now collapsed. They're talking about cryptocurrency going to zero. Many people thought I was crazy, but what a lot of people missed in my prediction was when I warned they're not going to let you sell it. Even if you would agree with me too far down the road and you would decide, oh, I need to get out, they're not going to let you sell it. They're going to shut down the places where you can trade it. It's not a stock. It's a currency. You have to have somebody out there who will be willing to buy it from you. You can't just sell it back to the crypto company, so to speak. The exchanges are shutting down. Coinbase experiencing major outage as crypto prices plummet. They are starting to sneak this out now. where they're saying, well, your money is safe, but we're not going to let you sell. We're not going to let you get your cash. And it's going to go to zero. It's going to do it slowly, but you're not going to be able to get it. Because, of course, all the people at the top, they have to have their money. This article from 5 hours ago actually is one of the best written because it explains how pointless crypto really is. Because when you get right down to it, it's all based on electricity. You have to have miners. You have to have mining rigs that create the network. And as goes that, so goes the network. Cryptocurrency has always seemed to me like one of those financial manias that sometimes grip the world, like Wall Street in the 20s, dot-com boom that collapsed in 2000, tulip mania. Unregulated financial innovation can come great risks. And this is what's happening. The mom and pop places, the small places, they're going to take this on the chin. And the pirates are going to sneak out the back door with your money. Just like in black sails, it is really strange to watch that series now and watch what they were doing and not believe that somehow it was some type of a message that they were trying to send to the world. Because every action that was taken, seasons 1, 2, 3, and 4, you can correlate to an action that has happened in the crypto world since 2010, 11 maybe. The big run up, the conversion first of cash, and then the major investors, and then finally people cracking down, and then all the infighting amongst different pirates and the different coins. All this was told in the series Black Sails. For those of you that haven't watched it, we've referred to it dozens of times on this channel as pointing to what the future of cryptocurrency is. But speaking of the future, 180 days. See, this is what they're afraid of. This is really, really what they're afraid of. What's going to happen in 180 days? That's, of course, when Election Day is, where every single seat in the House of Representatives up in D.C. is up for grabs, and 35 of 100 senators' seats. There's going to be an earthquake. There's going to be a massive, massive psychological operation going on between now and then to avoid what's happening, to control the damage of what's going to go down. You saw Pocahontas, Elizabeth Warren, out stomping around and waving her finger and yelling, and they're afraid. They are truly, for the first time in a long time that I've seen, they're afraid. That's why they've gone completely batshit. Because nothing is moving the needle other than conservative values. The energy in the conservative movement right now is behind conservatism, and the white hot center is Florida. And we are exporting that freedom, exporting those ideas. That's why the governor does his press conferences literally every day of the week. And we cover them so that other states can say, hey, governor of my state, why aren't you doing what Governor DeSantis is doing? And if not, do we need to look at replacing you? If you'd like to get read in, Patreon, $1 per month. Because believe me, it's going to be a tool you can put in your mental survival kit. Without these tools, without this ability to take that deep breath and say, wait a minute. People have talked about the uniparty. They've said, why are we just now hearing about all of the footage that was shown in the 2000 Donkeys movie? They've had this for a year and a half. Why are we just now seeing it? PsyOps. PsyOps. They knew about it. They just wanted to use it for the midterms. That's why, of course, he's in on it. Many are in on it. Truth Social. You can find the Florida Mucky there as well. I'm not saying there is no hope left for this country. But what happens in 22 in November and the extent to which it happens is going to be critical. If this country follows the example of Florida and they begin cleaning house, at that point, rebuilding can begin. And I do mean rebuilding. It won't just be happy days are here again. 2 years of a lame duck in the West Wing. He's incompetent now. He'll be incompetent for another 2 years. And then somebody can be installed. If we see this happen across this country. See, it's a big deal because the real big deal of this is that it's the first big election since redistricting. Since the redistricting that happened, from the census, the 2020 census. It's the first real big shift since 2010. Every 10 years we do a census. They look at the population and then they reset where the seats are and who has them in the House of Representatives. Well, guess what? There's been a major shift to South and conservative. Florida's going to take a couple more seats, even though we've only gained one actual representative because of the population, because of the shift that's happened with the redistricting. We're going to gain at least anywhere between 3 and 6 conservative seats. And all this place you see light blue, all this could be tightened up. All this could be tightened up and flipped either pink or red. And when you own the House of Representatives and you own the Senate, actual conservatives, not just Republicans, actual conservatives, then you can start to get things done. Roe v. Wade will just be the tip of the iceberg. You can read about this, the redistricting cycle, what's really on the ballot in 2020. Those of you who are still moaning and crying and whining over magical make-believe thumb drives and Dominion and all that, it's a new game. It's a new game. 19 states have enacted all sorts of good legislation to fix the giant loopholes that existed in 2020. 19 states. There's articles all over the liberal media about this because it terrifies them. They're terrified of it. I mean, they're calling it crisis mode. And this is the key. Hope. Hope is alive. For freedom, for liberty, for constitutional government, for the truth. But you have to do what the First Lady said. You have to follow the First Lady's advice. No matter what you're going through in life, no matter how hard it seems, when your back is against the wall and things are unfair, pick yourself up off the ground and fight. Fight like hell. Because God is great, God is good, hope is alive. Don't let the bastards win. Casey DeSantis, First Lady of Florida. God bless. Like, share, subscribe. We'll see you guys next time.